showed me backwards dappies.
Can you show me?
Maybe. That's that.
That's great. Good job. All right, so 3 weeks ago, Maria Mendoza and I flew out to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada for the World Freestyle Roundup. Also, morning, my tripod just broke and I'm currently using a camera on a stool and sitting on the floor. That's cool. It's been a really fun morning. What's the World Roundup, is what you're asking me right now. The World Roundup is sort of the unofficial world championships for freestyle skateboarding. The contest itself was founded back in 2012 by this guy, Kevin Harris, an old Bones Brigader, and this guy, Monty Little. Monty ran the Expo 86, which is this like famous freestyle contest back in the 80s. And these two people have an army of volunteers that make this event happen. The majority of people who run this contest are unpaid. It's a big family type environment. It's really fun. And now it's called the World Roundup because it takes place at a rodeo, which we'll come back to. The World Roundup hadn't happened in 3 years because of the pandemic, and Maria and I didn't think we were gonna make it to this year's event. But when we found out that Joe Taro, Rihanna, Kai, and a bunch of other skaters were gonna be there, we decided we had to at least show up and say hi. Cool, hi Gunner.
Hello Mike.
It's good to see you here.
It's good to see you here too.
This year was huge because this is probably the largest women's division we've ever had at a freestyle contest. This contest probably also had the largest cash prize for the women's division in freestyle's history. And that's in big part due to the community coming out and saying we need this for the women's division. Folks like Denham Hill also contributed with Terra Firma to help raise money for the women's division. And the women's division was the most exciting thing about this whole contest. No offense to everybody else. But people like Hitomi Komatsu, Rihanna Grigore, Kai Tanabe, Mariah and Jasmine from San Francisco, so many people from the women's division putting together really solid routines. It didn't feel like past years of this contest or other contests where the women's division or the amateur division or the rookies division was sort of like shuffled into a corner and given a really terrible time slot where no one could see them perform. It really felt like the contest was by and for freestyle skateboarders. Unlike some contests in the past, where spectators or street skaters or someone else seemed to be the priority. Freestyle was centered here. Check out some of Kai's run.
Whoa, whoa! Just enjoy this one. Hold it, yes. Right in the footworks. Wow, that 360 whip around. That's a Fuji classic right there. Wow, look at that.
Space walk, make it look so good.
Nice.
Powerful skater.
And over 360s, big stick. Oh, shove it right in the big stick. Popping up the rail, switch it. Wow, look at that fast footwork on the rail.
No, that's a wild competition run, and even more so because this is one of the hardest freestyle contests in the world. The World Roundup is a 4-day event. That means you're skating for 4 straight days, basically, depending on how much self-control you have. If you're like Gunter or Isamu and you have self-control, you're gonna only skate for the 30 minutes before your run. But us normal people skate all day. The floor is incredibly difficult to skate on. This is a slippery, dusty warehouse floor, and people are constantly coming in from a rodeo where they're covered in horse dust and making the floor extra slippery. Most of the skaters traveled across the world for this event, so you're jet lagged, you're in a strange place, you probably don't speak the language, and there's no escape. You're basically trapped in this loud hall with music and announcers' voices and stimulation for 4 whole days while you're just trying to get through your routine. It's gonna be really loud out here, so bear with me. Even if you tried to leave the contest, there's a carnival outside. You can't escape the noise. As a competitor, this is easily the most difficult freestyle event to go to. So with all of that considered, the level of skating that we saw at the World Roundup is incredible. A bunch of people from all of these divisions were more than just competitors. In the pro division, we have people like Marius Constantine. He's built his own army of Romanian freestyle skateboarders. People like Danny Popescu and Rihanna Grigore. Denim, who I mentioned earlier, was not only a pro in the contest, he also sponsored the women's division. He holds events in Leeds, UK, where he lives. He teaches freestyle. He's more than just a pro, he's a community leader. Christian Heise and Alex Foster judged, competed in the contest, and outside of the contest, they do a ton to organize as well. Chris runs Never Enough Skateboards out in Germany. He holds his own freestyle contest in Europe, the European Freestyle Championships. And Alex documents and shares everything about these events. Mei Lun Yi runs the San Francisco scene. Jack Tomokov is the cornerstone of the Colorado freestyle scene.
And for me, someone who's honestly been more focused on building Waltz and organizing skate picnics and doing those things for the last 5 years, I think being around all of these people who are equally focused on skating and on community of skating was really motivating. I don't know, it made it feel really like family reunion-y, which the Roundup has always felt like, but I didn't really expect it to feel that way with the way that my relationship with competition has changed. But I think it really showed what we're capable of and what a great place we're in as a freestyle community, as like a skateboarding subgenre, because the most active people in the sport and the most professional people in the sport are not just trying to build their careers, they're trying to build a sustainable and healthy community and industry. And that's really cool. We need people who are taking care of people. We need people who are building events, who are helping nurture new skateboarders, helping educate people. That's like everyone that showed up to the World Roundup this year. We should also talk about Terry Chewy. This is Terry. I don't know what Terry's exact title is at the World Roundup, but he does everything. If you need something, you talk to Terry. If you need the floor swept, you talk to Terry. If the live stream isn't working, Terry's the one fixing it. If pro heats are running late, Terry's the one figuring out how to speed things up. For the days I was there, the only times I saw Terry was when he was running around trying to fix problems. He's also contributing to the Van City Freestyle crew and putting events together in Vancouver. This is like a total labor of love for Terry, and we are lucky that we have him. Well, in the past years, I competed in this event. This year, I was 100% focused on just hiding from people and taking videos. I wanted to show what it looked like to be behind the scenes and freaking out, trying to remember what your routine looked like behind the stands where everyone practices for the contest. I wanted to show what it looks like to be at the top of your game going into one of the most difficult freestyle contests in the world, on the opposite side of the world from where you live. In those moments where you're just telling yourself you're allowed to be there and that you can do this. And what really blew me away was the level of composure and the confidence that a lot of these pros have, and these amateurs have, and these ladies have, and these masters have. The community has made it clear that everyone that was there should be there. And even Kevin Harris, who I haven't seen on a skateboard since 2015, was back on his board this year. I had to hide behind the bleachers because I knew if Kevin saw me filming him, he'd probably stop. But yeah, Kevin's back. That was crazy. So if there's anything that the freestyle scene needs right now, we need more opportunities to all get together like this. The amateurs here deserve more amateur events. The ladies deserve more ladies events. We need opportunities for people to test themselves and test their skills in contests. We also need moments where people who don't want to compete can skate together and learn. We just need more in-person things right now. So if you're somebody who's passionate about freestyle skateboarding, if you're a seasoned pro who's been winning contests for decades, which probably not, or if you're a person who casually skateboards but is really stoked on the freestyle scene and wants to contribute, do it. Make an event. As long as there's people like you, like Chris, like Denim and Alex, like May and Jack and Marius, we will have freestyle events in the world.